Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with another package in the mail. This one from another supplier in Japan. I have ordered stuff off them before. I don't check them very often. I do have a large number of MSX items, so I do check occasionally just in case they have some. They put stuff on auction occasionally as well as fixed price, and they do have some specials. Most of the MSX stuff they have there is a bit, a bit too expensive for my taste. And I happened across, they had an MSX item for auction. It wasn't anything special, and I don't think anybody else bid on it at all. And at the same time, they had another couple of items. And then I think at the last second, another item popped on as well. So they packaged things up very well. Okay, just get this stuff out of the main packing. Right, so we have another title for the Nintendo 64, and quite a good game at that. I now obviously have the power version of this, loose cart, no box. But it's just nice to round out the Japanese Nintendo 64 collection with GoldenEye 007 boxed. Looks in pretty good nick. There's a bit of clear tape over the end here, but that won't hurt anything. Other than that, it's in pretty good condition. And the insides look very good indeed, so cartridge is in good condition. And we have the manual. It's always nice seeing how the same title was packaged in Japan. We have another little green flyer and a quick start guide that they have in Japan for the controls. Can't ever remember those coming in my power ones, but that could just be that I can't remember. So, yeah. Excellent addition to the Nintendo 64. Now we have, so this is the MSX title I got for very little. I think I got it for like $4. Now it is a Mahjong game, so it will be interesting whether or not I can play it. It was only small, so just for completeness, it looks in pretty good condition. And yeah, you've got a Mahjong game. These games can be particularly hard to figure out. And just that it was boxed. If it was a loose cart, I probably wouldn't have bothered. So there's the cartridge there. So it's a little bit of shelf padding, if you know what I mean. And we'll pop it in and to see what comes up on screen, but I don't think we're going to get very far. And the instruction manual is pretty much just a folded piece of paper. It is all in kanji. So yeah. It's complete in box, so a little bit of shelf padding. Don't always like to do that in my collection. And now another one. So this was a buy it now that they had on sale. They have several copies of this one. So this was the cheapest one that they had. And they don't have these on auction, but they tick over on the eBay time. When they get they're close, sometimes they put some of them on discount, and they had 25% off this one. So I think I got this for like $20, which for a complete MSX title in box, and it's not a small box either. So it's a Casio title, not a small box, and it's Eagle Fighter number 13. And I'm certain I don't have this one in loose at all. So it's a 3D perspective. Maybe a bit, Space Harrier or Afterburner like, maybe. That could be fun. It actually looks quite good. So I've never played this one before. And the box is in, pretty good condition. Normally Casio titles come in a lot smaller box. For the observant, you can see some over my shoulder. The cartridge looks the same as the other ones. And they number them too, so. And they can be quite surprisingly good, and Casio actually republished a number of the Konami titles, so you can actually get some of the Konami games in, you know, a different publication in Casio packaging. So we've got the instruction manual as well. Whoops. So it is complete. I do try and get MSX ones complete where I can. So I've got a few instructions inside there. And I show it with a Casio MSX, of course, and a Casio joystick controller. A little bit more, sorry my camera's mucking around there. And we've even got the registration card as well, so it is complete. Okay, just put that back in there. So, very pleased to get that one in the MSX collection. Now, the next item is an accessory. Now, this little... Oh, I see. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, sorry, I forgot about these. So these were odds and assortments items that I had up for auction. Now, this is for my modern PS3. It's a Sony charging station, because I actually have a third-party one that I use for my main PS3, and it stopped charging things properly. So hopefully this one. It's interesting. I plug into a different spot. So, but anyway, it only needs a 5-volt power supply. So that may be, and it takes up a lot less space than the other one that I have. So it was only a couple of dollars. It's probably the heaviest item in the box though, so I probably paid more than a couple of dollars in the freight towards that. Although that whole box, they packaged things quite small, I think was only $20. So and it actually came way quicker than I thought. And then another item is for my PlayStation 2, and something that I've never had. I probably even have potentially some games that support this, but it's just to complete my PS2 with the accessories, and it's the camera, the iToy. Just plugs into the USB slot on the front. And I've never played with one of those. I believe friends of ours had one when we went over to their place once, and their kids were playing it. So that's probably the most I've used it at all. And then the final item is a loose Famicom cartridge. It's actually quite a rare one, but thanks to some, shall we say, very poor typing skills by the person who listed the item, they spelt it wrong. So I got very lucky indeed. Now, of course, I would love to get this title fully boxed, but I don't think I'd like to spend the sort of money that this would go for on a boxed Famicom game. So I got this quite cheap for what it is. So, as per the listing, it's Grisis Force. So all they did was put a G instead of a C. So this, people tell me, is supposed to be a really, really good shoot 'em up for the Famicom. So to get it as cheap as I did, and it's in mint condition. It's excellent. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So I'm quite happy to deliver that. And this is supposed to be a very good game. I've seen some gameplay of it, and it looks very good. So I love it when they type things incorrectly and people don't pick up on it with their normal searches. So that will do me fine. I mean, I've seen loose copies go for almost $100, and the cheapest I've ever seen a box copy go for is like $150. And I'm not spending that sort of money on an old game, no matter how much I want it for these particular systems. So I'm actually very pleased to get this for such a good price, and I really enjoy having a game of that. So we have some games to play. The Mahjong game will be very, very quick. We'll spend much more time on the other ones. So 3 decent gameplays and 1 short gameplay. Alright, let's go do them. Right, and here we go with Grisis Force. I've never played this game, emulation or otherwise. I have seen a video on it though. I'm using my arcade stick pad thing. Click these. Right, hold the button down, cool. This really is outstanding graphics for with different types of things. You're not supposed to just pick up everything. But man, yeah, these graphics are absolutely outstanding. They're bright and vibrant, which is you can't always say about a Famicom NES game sometimes. Be invincible when I'm in that mode. Seem to be hitting the background as well. You know, it's scrolling vertically, but it's also scrolling sideways. Well, obviously got hit a few times. Oh. This would have to be the best Twitch shooter on the Famicom NES. This is awesome. Okay, grabbing the power-ups, don't know what I will do, but shoot their fire by the looks of it. Gone all super again. Let's run out so it's time. You can keep it going by picking up. Oops. A mini boss maybe. The number of sprites this is pushing around, not a lot of flicker, is actually quite impressive. Hey, we got him! I haven't actually used the bomb button yet. I'm very impressed with this so far. Awesome music. Brilliant sound effects, going along at a huge pace, and you know, even the colour palette is very impressive. This is my very first game, so things to learn. Slow down at the moment. So pushing the board nest just a little bit too much at the moment. So I'll learn about what the colours all about. The last stage. From behind. Again, notice there was a bit of flickering when they were level with me, so obviously we're using a lot of sprite overlaying. Right. Well, this game's fantastic. Oh. No weapon power. Unexpected. This does help you out by giving you some power-ups back. Sending you out in some difference. That's the thing. God, you can shoot some of the stuff that's being spat out at you. Hey, got him! Did lose a couple lives, but hey, my very first gameplay of it. This is awesome. This will be lucky to leave the Famicom for quite a while. Oops, I'm not supposed to be dodging those things. Oh. Ah! Oh, that makes a bit harder. Well, there we go. Did I do good for my very first gameplay of this game? I don't know. But you'll obviously have multiple continues. I don't normally use those. I like to play through normally. Yeah, it depends on the game. Absolutely fantastic game. Most welcome addition to my collection. I'll be playing this lots. So, very lucky to get hold of a copy of this for so cheap. Yeah, just got to be there when they spell things wrong and find things. Alright, let's try the next game. Right, here we go with a bit of GoldenEye. I've cut in a fair way. So it's fairly easy to work out. Mission details. We're going to have some problems with the music here, so we may have to. So this game, when I got it for the Nintendo 64, was just outstanding. Okay, so obviously for obvious reasons I've had to get rid of the background music. So I'm just trying to remember the controls. It's trigger underneath, isn't it? Yeah. So it's sort of half the character of this game. So half of this is you're supposed to do this stealthily. Weapon there, so blues change weapons. We can change strafe left and right using the two yellow buttons. Quiet here. Oh, okay, and if you hold down the front trigger there, get the sight up. What's that other one? For other people of other-handedness. And it looks like the cursor on the left does the same thing, so it's good for people with who are left and right-handed. And it's just a fantastic game that goes all the way through the, the various stages of the movie. It is one of the very first games to properly, do a movie justice. Oops. And for the time, the 3D was pretty damn awesome too. So, What am I doing? I can't seem to... Can I go to that? For some reason. Oh, okay, so... Oh, I see, there's glass. I'm silly. There we go. Okay, we'll go down here and we'll... shoot some more guys. This is not really the best way to do this game, run and gun like this. You see there's guys in a about there. Right, there's some armour in there, which will heal us up. Let's try the... And it's also got a pretty good thing of, you know, depending on where you shoot somebody, aiming a little low there. And it's just it was just a brilliant game for its time. All right, I mean, there's been lots of videos out there on this. Everybody knows what this game's like. I think this would be perfectly fine for me to replay this game on the Japanese version, I reckon. Do have a few to do now, so I can't remember whether you can break open boxes. I can't remember. I haven't actually played it for ages. There's a truck there, and you know, you start getting a few puzzles and things like that. That's the bunker that I shot the guys in before, and I'm sure there's some secret stuff that we're missing. Truck through. Some more guys through here, so just going down the cover of the truck. I mean, the best play in this game is not going all guns blazing. Otherwise you set claxons off and you get swamped. So. So it's not too hard once you get used to it, but quite a nice game. The first of the puzzles is coming up here. I won't spoil it for anybody who doesn't know. And yeah, so see, look, I still keep on playing. Can't help myself. Brilliant game. I will enjoy replaying this one, and an excellent addition to the collection. Let's try the next game. Right, so I'm not expecting miracles and to be able to play this Mahjong game much, but it's got a, you know, a fairly simple interface. I really don't know what I'm doing here. Am I supposed to be trying to match that one up the top there? In which case, shouldn't I be playing? No, not really sure. Really must read up on these Mahjong games, because you never know, they might be good fun. So yeah, as you can see, Mahjong games, there's actually quite a few of them for the MSX system. There's probably there's actually quite a few for the PC Engine and the Famicom as well. Popular pastime playing Mahjong in Japan, so worth a quick look anyway. And as I said, it was only $4 and it was boxed, so just an interesting curiosity shelf patter, and you never know, I might be able to work out how to play it one day. Alright, let's go on to the game that we can actually play. Right, here we go, Eagle Fire. Doesn't muck around and get straight into it. Okay, this is us. I'll push forward. Get our speed up, I take it we pull back. Okay. Change, no. We'll take off. Full speed. Don't think that was what I was supposed to do. Okay. We hold forward till we get to the right speed. Keeping ourselves. There's another game called Alpha Squadron by Spectre Video that's like this as well. Sometimes it can be tricky to work these out. We'll go, then we might have to go to the instructions. Hold the button down. Oh! Let's try that again. Right. Now that I know you've got to press the button down to... So, press forward to speed up. You can see how far down the runway we are over there. Right, up to speed, hold the button down. Pull back. There you go. And then we have a very Xerion like shooting. And landing. Oh god. Oh, I know when I'm going to land. Alright. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I did take off and I shot some stuff. Okay, we're starting to get this. This doesn't look too bad. I had no idea what this game's about. Right, so we take off, kill all our guys. Right, we're going to pull back. Yes, so press the button to change to landing mode. Oh, did it. Yeah, there was another game called Alpha Squadron by Spectre Video where you had to take the damn shipper off, and that was half the trouble. So we'll take off again and we'll see whether part 2 is any different. obviously took off crooked. Very careful. But staying in the middle of the runway, obviously. And took off. Right, let's shoot some more stuff. Oh, shooting at us this time. Oh, I got killed. Well, that's not a bad game. That's perfectly playable. Quite a surprise. So, done well getting that game for that price and fully boxed and everything like that. So, some really excellent games for the MSX and Nintendo 64, and a fantastic shoot 'em up for the Famicom in Crisis Force there. So it pays. You've got to look at a lot of listings at places and not just search for things by titles. It depends how often you're looking to, so obviously I don't need to look for that one anymore. But I hope you've enjoyed these gameplays. These are definitely some very good additions to my collection. Thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.